Up State of Business, sponsored by
IWS Aviation.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Mariam Vijayaratna. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Sri Lanka will soon accept Indian rupees in transactions, Indian High Commissioner says. Divestment of telecom poses no security threat, Subject Minister assures. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe revealed that the government is aiming to leverage the tourism industry to raise adequate funds to ensure a positive balance of trade for the country in the future. The president said addressing the convention of the Travel Agents Association of India in Colombo yesterday.
We are trying to make tourism new and make more use of the potential. When we faced the bankruptcy in Sri Lanka, now that we are getting out of it, and debt restructuring is taking place, we still have to remember that the balance of trade is not in our favor. So we have to ensure a positive balance of trade in time to come. And one of the means of raising funds, which is not debt creating, is tourism. So exploit it to the full. Use it. And we are looking at new tourism from the 2.5 million we have to go to 5 million to start with. Look at the upper end of the markets. Why not have $500 a night to $1,000 a night? We've got to learn from Maldives, the smallest of the South Asian countries. I'm trying to put 7 more golf courses in, make Nuwara the center for golf. We want to have large resorts. We've identified one next to Dedua, over 1,000 acres with water, good for very environment-friendly tourism. Another next to Horton Plains, another 900 acres, which will be another forest reserve in which you can have 5-star luxury accommodation.
Travel Agents Association of India President Jyoti Mel affirmed the association's commitment to further fortify tourism links with Sri Lanka and the rest of the region. Jyoti Mel said this speaking at the 67th Convention Travel Agents Association of India.
India and Sri Lanka and the wider region possesses a unique opportunity to leverage their rich natural and cultural heritage, strategic location, and robust bilateral and regional ties. Together, we can create a competitive and appealing destination for travelers worldwide. With India and Sri Lanka standing as 2 of Asia's fastest growing countries and economies, boasting a combined population of over 1.5 billion people and a burgeoning middle-class, rich heritage and attractive tourism destinations, the potential of growth in the travel and tourism sector is tremendous. These nations are home to iconic monuments and landmarks such as the Taj Mahal, the Sigiriya Rock Fortress, the Kerala backwaters, and Sri Lankan tea country. Moreover, their shared history of cultural, religious, and trade exchanges has shaped their identities and values. To unlock the full potential of the travel and tourism sector in India, Sri Lanka, and the entire region, we must confront and address key challenges that impede the growth and development. Confronting these challenges requires a concerted effort from all stakeholders sitting here at various levels, national, subnational, local, and regional. We need to think of the entire region as one country.
Indian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka Gopal Bagle said the process of making Indian rupee payment available in Sri Lanka for tourists through digital platform is set to be completed soon. The High Commissioner revealed this at the annual convention of the Travel Agents Association of India yesterday.
We are working on resuming the ferries which have not plied for decades. And the idea of an international cruise coming from India to the Sri Lankan shores is no longer just an idea. These are the enablers the government put in place for the people like you and the people that you bring to the shores of the other countries, for them, for their travel, for their stay, for their experiences to become more comfortable. I'm very honored to be here today. I'm very honored that I will again be speaking little more tomorrow, but I would just like to conclude by saying that to these enablers of physical infrastructure, we are now adding other enablers. And those enablers, many of you would know, are, for example, the use of Indian rupees as currency of trade and transaction in which the Indian tourists can also make payments. Can you imagine how much boost tourism will get when we conclude, hopefully shortly, arrangements between our two agencies, concerned agencies of India and Sri Lanka, for digital payments? Those initiatives are designed not only to help transcend borders and transform lives, but also build on the legacies which is our common heritage.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Central Bank Governor Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe says that the measures undertaken to ease monetary conditions, the market interest rates are on the decline. The governor explained the economic status of the country to the media at the central bank premises yesterday.
Normal market conditions, lowest risk should be the sovereign yield, so that has been a normal condition. But since then, with tight market financial conditions, and some of the small policy adjustments by central bank until April, even before the sharp adjustment in policy rates, the yellow line, the 1-year treasury bill, had already moving away from the policy rates and has already factored some uncertain premium leading to a crisis. And then after we tightened the monetary policy, and also when there was uncertainty in domestic debt optimization, then we saw that uncertain premium, risk premium had been rising, and the 1-year treasury bill rates are moving at much higher rates, even compared to the other market rates. So the first time last week, after GDO announcement, what we have seen important development is that rate first time touched the policy rate, 13.86, just below 14% that we had even before we revised the policy rates today. That's an important market development. As we have been always saying, this uncertain premium will collapse once we clear domestic transaction. That obviously happened as we predicted.
The central bank governor also said that the reason for the bank's change in position about the need for domestic debt restructuring was because of demands made by the external creditors during the negotiation process.
So our position has always been, because of the high inflation, high exchange rate, our domestic debt has already been effectively restructured to a certain extent. But what caused for us to change the position or compromise the situation, this is a negotiation process. For example, once we reach a staff level agreement, obviously all our agreement commitment is to restore debt sustainability, sovereign debt sustainability. Then we agree to a certain next 10-year debt targets. So we have asked the external creditors to make a significant contribution for us to bring down our debt sustainability from the creditors that they have lent us past. In the negotiation, obviously, the next question coming is that for them to give that relief or concession, they think that what we have done already in terms of, one is a fiscal primary surplus 2.3%, plus some adjustment in terms of as a result of inflation and exchange rate, is not sufficient. They would like to see some more little contribution compared to what they are going to give us. We are also involved in the negotiation with the Minister of Finance. We are able to come to the most possible and best deal that one can achieve and come to compromise and come to a situation where we can move forward. So that we have, once we have done that part, you can see clearly the benefits of this thing. And also going forward, I can see it's a very positive movement. All markets responded positively. And there are good comments by international agencies, rating and everyone.
State Minister of Defence Pravitha Bandara Thenakona assured that the divestment of telecom will not pose any security threat to the national security of the country. The State Minister said while speaking to journalists at the President's Media Centre yesterday.
ඒ වාර්තාව මම හිතන්නේ තාර්කික හෝ විද්‍යාත්මක දත්ත විශ්ලේෂණයක් මත සිද්ධ වුණු වාර්තාවක් කියලා මම දකින්නේ නැහැ. මම හේතුවක් දෙකක් කියන්නම්. දැනට 65% දුරකථන සම්බන්ධතා ඒ වගේම අන්තර්ජාල සම්බන්ධතා තියෙන්නේ ටෙලිකොම් ආයතනයත් එක්ක නෙවෙයි. ඒ සම්බන්ධතා තියෙන්නේ වෙනත් පෞද්ගලික ආයතන එක්ක. ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් ටෙලිකොම් ආයතනයට කිසිම බලපෑමක් කරන්න බෑ. එක. දෙක, අපි ලෝකයේ අනිකුත් රටවල් විශ්ලේෂණය කරද්දී හදාරද්දී අපි දැකපු දෙයක් තමයි ප්‍රබල රටවල් වල වුණත් මේ sannivedana පාසුකම් සැපයීම කරන්නේ පෞද්ගලික සමාගම් මගින්. ඒක නිසා ජාතික ආරක්ෂාව සම්බන්ධයෙන් අපිට ගැටලුවක් තිබෙන තැන්වලදී අපිට ඒ සමාගමේ අයිතිය තියෙන්නම ඕනේ නැහැ. අපිට අනපනත් මගින් රෙගුලාසි මගින් ඒ සම්බන්ධයෙන් අපිට තීන්දුව යම්කිසි නීති මාලාවන් පවරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම අපි අතිගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමාගේ හැඟීම සහ රජයේ ප්‍රතිපත්තිය වෙලා තියෙන්නේ අපි රජය ව්‍යාපාර වලින් බැහැර වෙලා එම తත්වය පෞද්ගලික අංශයට ලබා දිය යුතුයි කියලා. මේක තමයි ලෝක ප්‍රවණතාවය.
Stay tuned for the stock updates. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 107.49 points to close at 10,301.96 and the S&P SL 20 gained 19.58 points to close at 3,022.38. The turnover was 3 billion rupees and over 126 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. That's all we have for tonight. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Have a great weekend. Take care. Good night.